Show, the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in to find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blueshirt Underground, motherfucker!
Can't BS a Ranger fan. Can't BS a Ranger fan.
This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Blueshirt Underground Show. Eddie, could you hear the opening?
Yes, I could hear the opening.
Okay, well, at least you could hear that. All right, it's the Blueshirt Underground Show. Today is Wednesday. It is March 4th, the year 2020. My name is Jim, and as always, I'm joined on the other side of the window by the one and only Eddie Geik. Eddie, good evening, sir. How are you?
Yes, me and the crooked beard are we're rocking today, baby. Good news for the New York Rangers.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
Despite all the bad news, this 3-game losing streak, I'm doing well, Jimmy. Well, I know you like to be called Jimmy, but Jim, I'm doing fantastic. I hope everything is well.
Hey, speaking of Jimmy, there's my son in the chat. Look at that. He popped in on cue there. And,
wow, Jimmy.
And you want to here's my thing about being called Jimmy. I do not mind being called Jimmy by those who I am close friends with. Mm-hmm. Certainly would include you or anyone in this group or anybody I've known. Brian, who my friend who I've grown up with.
Oh, yes.
Him. He still to this day calls me Jimmy. My mother always called me Jimmy. I don't have a problem with it, but the first time you meet me, you don't call me Jimmy. You haven't earned that right. That's that's like,
wow.
It's something you gotta know me before you can call me Jimmy. But I'll certainly, it doesn't bother me. But you gotta know me. You gotta know me.
All right. It's you gotta be familiar with you. You can't be some schmuck.
See, I was always Jimmy until my son was
Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Hey, boy.
I was always Jimmy until my son was born, and I thought, okay, he's gonna be Jimmy. And now I'll finally just get to be just Jim. And then I was just Big Jimmy and he was Little Jimmy.
Wow.
and now he's taller than I am, so he's got to be Big Jimmy.
Well, every time I see your son, he says
shrunk.
Every time I see your son, he says the same thing to me. Jimmy Schmiedberg, I don't want to break any kind of trust that me and you have. But Jimmy will say to me, my dad loves being on on a show with you. He goes, it makes his world. I'm like, really? Now, this is before really the lovely Jennifer Eberhard entered your life, pretty much. But every time I see him before that, he would say, "This is it. This is his lot in life is you." I said, "That's a pretty bad lot."
Two loves of my life, Jen, and this show with you.
Oh, thank you so much. So here we are on YouTube, on Tube Boob Live, as we like to call it. We're back. Yes.
We're back and we're floundering. The fan base is having a panic attack because they lost 3 games to good teams. What are you gonna do?
Well, I think that last we left you guys, I told you that Sunday afternoon game, which afternoon games are totally suckage for the New York Rangers.
Right.
Found out my brother went to Philly for that loss in the Spectrum there, or whatever they call it.
Wells Fargo Arena.
Wells Fargo.
Which is actually a very nice arena.
Yeah, you told me that.
It's much nicer than those miscreants deserve, I'll tell you that much.
But my brother made the mistake of wearing all his Ranger garb, and he told me he got totally harassed. He didn't get beaten up or anything, but just...
what did he expect?
I know. And his wife, who's so emotionally involved with the Rangers, like most of us, she was so upset, like inconsolable about the loss and being berated by the fans.
Now, is she because your brother, I know your brother likes the Rangers, but I don't think your brother certainly doesn't have the level of devoutness that you do. Is his wife more into the Rangers than he is? I mean, I would put him like, he's like a little above casual, right?
Yes. Oh, no, my brother, he's in tune, not with everything, not every little dot and, dot and apostrophe and capitalization that goes on. I don't know what I'm talking about, but he doesn't follow everything. Like if I said to him, well, I won't say it now, but he watches all the games. He's invested emotionally. Costa's watched games with him. She has a little rally monkey and that whole bit Costa wants the monkeys to mate.
Right.
And she's super into it. I think they're both equally into it. She was not in the biblical sense, a lover of Cam Talbot. She loved Cam.
The great Gambino.
And I don't think she's found affection for any new Ranger. But my brother's got that thing that we all have here in Blueshirt Underground. He can see through all the bullshit that's thrown our way with reality. Like it was not sorry, Patty Duke. Or Diane Eck. He was not a fan of Chris Kreider before this, emergence before the foot injury. He picks up on stuff. So I would say level-wise, I think they're about equal. She just takes it home. Oh, Jesus. She just, when they lose, she gets very despondent.
Careful.
Yes.
Joe.
Oh, Joe. So that's my story of but no, he's invested, my brother.
Okay.
My brother.
All right. So they went down to Philly. That was obviously a mess. That was not a game I expected the Rangers to win. You're always hopeful, of course, but Philly doesn't lose at home. Carter Hart doesn't lose at home. Philly was rolling. And you just knew something had to give in that game, and unfortunately, it was the Rangers.
They didn't play well.
No, I mean they didn't really play well, but again, it was
then the afternoon game.
The afternoon game that they looked exhausted, had no energy whatsoever. I mean, it was another 3 games in 4 nights for them, and really, it was more like 3 games in 3.5 nights. So
right.
Understandably, they were flat and not good, and the goaltender wasn't good. The whole team wasn't good. Rather embarrassing day for Henrik Lundqvist, and not that it was all his fault, but still, first time we see the guy in a month, and the team gets poleaxed. I think is the excoriated. That's a word you like to use. They get
it wasn't
vivisected.
I like that one. They need to. I what was it, like 2.5 minutes? The other team scored. It just, again, it's not really his fault because
it was a minute 52 seconds, and the reason why I know that for sure is because I believe it was. I want to say Chris Soresko in our Facebook group, in our game thread, predicted before the game, Hank will give up a goal 1 minute and 27 seconds into the first period, and he was off by 25 seconds.
Yeah, and listen, Georgiev wasn't much better in relief, but again, it's just the time. Hank,
Kevin Cosmo making a good point there in the chat too.
yeah, it's just hard to make excuses for such a bad. I mean, when did the Flyers get in? They played them the day before too.
No, the Flyers had played. They played Friday night, and then
okay, that's right.
Was it? It was a Friday night and then Sunday afternoon or something. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know.
I'm just saying. Listen. This time of year, teams everybody's playing bad. That's the only good thing we're here. Everybody in the division, everybody in this race is stinking it up.
Right.
So you would love to see them maybe get a split. Maybe pull out a miracle against St. Louis, which I think they had a chance at yesterday. They played pretty well. I thought that Binnington played really well. I mean, I want to start with excuse me. There's still 4 points out. Now, I think Carolina has 2 games at hand, but pretty much everybody else we're even with in games played. If they could find a way to win here, they're not having it. I'm not giving up. I mean, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They really haven't lost any ground. It's not like they're 10 points out.
They are 4 points out of a wild card spot with a game at hand on Columbus. The Islanders have a game at hand on the Rangers. The Islanders are 2-6-2 in their last 10.
And they get creamed. They look terrible last
They are floundering. And that's why I said last week that I thought they would make the playoffs. And I still believe that because I don't think anybody in front of them is going to be able to. Carolina does have 2 games at hand, as you mentioned, with the Rangers, but they're not playing well either. They're of the 4 teams fighting for this wild card spot. The Rangers are the only ones above 500 in the last 10 games. Even if you want to throw Florida into that mix, which they are, because they're only a point behind the Rangers, they are 3-6-1 in their last 10. Carolina's 4-4-2. Columbus is 2-4-4, and the Islanders are 2-6-2. The Rangers are 6-4. They just,
even with the 3 consecutive losses, they're still the best team in the last 10 games out of these teams.
Yes, I mean, Ryan Leach brings up a great. The Islanders were crowing on Facebook or something about getting a character point at the Coliseum last week against the Rangers. And of course, my comment on the Islanders Facebook was, well, good, maybe they'll make the character playoffs.
Yes.
So
yeah, a lot of comments all over the place here in the chat room about other things we'll get to. Go ahead.
I still think they're going to. I still think they're making the playoffs. I think they're going to. If Igor is coming, maybe they get Igor back a little earlier than they expected.
That's
which
what
sounds like it might be possible. I thought last night. I thought they played an excellent game last night. I thought last night was a really good game, both ends of the ice. They were fighting, both teams fighting for every inch. You had one fluke goal off Georgiev and then an empty net goal, but the Rangers were in that game all the way. I love the no stoppages for commercials. It was great. The game was over by 9:15, and the recap was done in our Undergrounders group, and I was in bed by 9:30.
Wow.
So, but I thought last night they really missed Chris Kreider last night because they were getting shots on goal, especially as it got late in the game, and there was just nobody like Chris Kreider to get in front of that net and just kind of swat at pucks and create traffic and do the things that he can do. Mike Silvers is now reporting, this is just in, that Chris Kreider is officially out 4 to 6 weeks. Is that from now, or is that from last week when he got hurt? If that's 4 to 6 weeks from now, then we may have seen the last of Chris Kreider. Let's see. What's today? Today is the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. If it's at best case scenario, if it's 4 weeks, they could have him back for the Flyers. The Flyers, really?
Flyers, really?
April 1st at the Garden.
Yeah, April 1st, April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. Right. They have the Flyers, Pittsburgh, and Chicago to finish the season in April.
Chicago.
So
I think he's pretty much done. I mean,
he's
done. And better off he's done.
It's not good.
I mean, I don't want him coming back and re-injuring the thing if they actually make the playoffs or whatever.
Right.
Heal up and let's start all over. So there were a couple storylines from last night's game, and I think a lot of Ranger fans, some of the pedestrian Ranger fans, after
you love that term.
Well, because I think a lot of these mopes, they lose 2 games in a row against a rival and they don't watch.
Oh,
they're like, don't disappoint me again, Rangers. You hurt me. You get right back in there.
Need my Ranger safe space.
Yeah. It's like it's over. Well, Chris Kreider, everybody. And they played a good game against St. Louis. I know they lost, and I'm probably somebody just saw the box score and said, "Oh boy, they can't score now." And you watch the game, you get a different story. So I seen a lot of that bailing, and I forgot who mentioned it in the chat room. Some of these boneheads, not the good boneheads, but the bad boneheads, these tinfoil hat brigade, as you like to say, saying, "Oh, Brady Shea's the reason." Get the fuck out of here. Brady Shea was a detriment to this team. They got beat by a better team. The Flyers are red hot. They got a great coach.
The dapper AV. Hey, I had no problem with AV. I mean, he wasn't the right man for the job of where this team is now, but he was certainly the right man for the job when he was hired, and he's the right man for the Flyers job. That's his perfect team. He's got veterans, a couple of young players, and a good, very good goaltender. Jesus, he's good.
He's good. That kid's good.
He's good. He's the best we've seen in Philly in a long time, unfortunately.
Yep. Yes.
Unfortunately. For years, we made fun of their goaltending situation, but
thank God it's not in that where they really have a lot of great players. I mean, a lot of their better players are older. Anyway, right. I don't want to talk about the Flyers.
The Flyers.
Sean, and then the other thing I was going to bring up that the great Sean McCaff just brought up in the chat. Capo Caco. Oh, now it's now he's all of a sudden these fans are starting to get a little impatient. And Caco seems to be getting very impatient, very frustrated on that bench. What's your take?
Well, I mean, certainly he's frustrated, but it's understandable. The adjustments, we've talked about it. But I think his game has been fine. The goals will come. The goals will come. He's obviously got a ton of skill. He's got a ton of skill. You could see it. You can see how strong he is on the puck.
Can't skate.
Look at this fucking nitwit. Look at this. I'm gonna show you this. We're gonna expose. We're gonna name names, Eddie.
Wow, we're going to Nitwit Central.
Look at this nitwit, John Elliott.
Wait, I graduated with a John Elliott.
Did you? I hope it's not.
Yeah, he played for the Jets and the Giants. That John Elliott, John
Elliott. I hope you can read that. Capo was Cacapo. He said he doesn't even get his name right. Was a horrible pick at number 2. Can I make
horrible? He was a consensus 2, and almost they wanted him in 1. A lot of people.
Let me see. Here, is that better? How's that?
Yeah, that's better for me. Yeah.
He was a horrible pick at 2. Wasted that pick. But then he says, should have been in Hartford all year. So do you want the guy or do you not want the guy?
What an asshole. What group is he in?
So, of course, then
he better not be in our group or throw him out.
Yeah. And, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Very tolerant of opinions that aren't ours.
Right.
Throw him out.
Thank you, Sean McCaff. I'm trying to find. He just sent me something else, but here. Oh, can you read that? This is from Twitter. The Garden Faithful. This Twitter account calls itself the Garden Faithful, and it's telling Capo Caco to go to Finland and never come back.
The faithless.
Right.
They have no faith.
The faith of the faithless.
The 17/18-year-old evals are in.
Yeah.
He's done. Terrible pick.
I'm not showing this tweet anymore because it glorifies. I don't even want Scotty Hockey having any part of this show.
No, he's a piece of shit.
So anyway, he's a bust. They never should have picked him, but he should be in Hartford. So do you want him or you don't want him?
What about Jack Hughes? Is he a bust? Comparable stats. He was picked number 1. Nobody knows anything except John Elliott.
Right.
After it's all said and done, he's the one. I'm sure that post wasn't made when the pick was made. No, it's after all this transpires.
Jack Hughes has 7 goals and 14 assists.
That's what I'm saying. It's comparable statistics. What's Kako's plus minus?
Kako.
I think Jack Hughes is like a minus 21.
Kako's a minus 23. Kako has 8 goals and 12 assists.
And he's a minus 23?
A minus 23.
Holy shit, that's bad.
That's Eric Stahl.
How does he minus? Oh, that's right. Most of his goals are on the power play. But minus 23 is pretty good. Who's the worst plus minus on the Rangers?
Hold on, and I'll tell you. I'll look that up. Let's see. Stats and plus minus. He is.
I mean, that's pretty bad. The Rangers aren't that bad.
Kako has 2 goals on the power play. He's a minus 23. Nobody's really even close to him. Brendan Lemieux is a minus
points.
Brendan Lemieux is a minus 14. Brendan Smith is a minus 12. And then Jacob Trouba is a minus 11.
What calendar year was the last time Brendan Lemieux got a goal?
Baby Claude.
Sorry.
He's not a goal scorer. Brendan,
why is he on the power play? Why is he go out there with the 6th man?
What are you yelling at me for? I don't put him out there.
If he's not a goal scorer, what the hell is he out there for?
He's a 3rd liner. Don't ask me. He's out there for his speed. Brady Shea he was a minus 6 in 60 games with the Rangers, and he's already a minus 2 in 3 games with Carolina.
Yeah. We miss him.
I think Brendan Smith has filled in just fine for Brady Shea.
What do you think? Those 2 Philly games that Shea was going to bail you out?
Right.
The scores would have been higher.
No, and I'll agree.
All right, Jonathan.
I agree.
Jonathan Riggs is with me. I mean, I like Brendan Lemieux, but I'm not going to cut him. I got to be realistic here.
No, I don't understand why he's on the power play either.
Why? To get in front of the net and not do anything? Then they had him out there with the extra man. You can't find somebody with more talent out there. You pull the goalie, Brendan Lemieux. I rather have Fost out there at this point.
Get him out there, Fost.
Get out there, Fost. I mean, listen, I'm not.
He used to be send him down, Fost. Now he's get him on the ice, Fost.
Exactly. Well, you know what? Gus and Chris Johnert make excellent points. Get this Gauthier kid. This kid looks pretty good. I like him. They should no, not Letary. I want the French guy. I want Julien Gauthier out there. What was that old guy who used to be in Tattletales there? Gauthier. He was in
I don't
Dick
remember.
Gauthier. Dick Gauthier. He's like a comedian. He's terrible. Anyway, I want to see more of him. This guy's big. He's showing so that he doesn't get enough ice time. I know that the 4th line on this team gets no ice time. He kills the first 2 lines.
Oh, Dick Gauthier. I had to look him up because I didn't recognize the name. He was Jaime the robot in Get Smart.
Yes.
Oh, see that right there makes him good enough for me. I love Get Smart.
That's a good movie. Have a good show. So anyway,
Costa, how many times you're going to use the same Vinny shot at wide Letary bit? How many times? That's like 8 times already in this chat. We get it. Oh, you're funny. Come up with something new. The blue shirts, yeah. It's Brendan Lemieux.
Oh, that was great. I like him for his spunk and his grit and everything, but his offense is the last thing I'm thinking of. Hey.
8 more times. 1 for every defenseman he wants on the roster.
Wow. So you got the I'm not going to. I'm not handing the season over yet. I mean, everybody's ready to pack it in. Some of these guys.
Oh, I know. It's our bipolar fan base.
Right to Boohoo Town. Oh, lucky we're even in this position.
Of course.
We're lucky to even be here. I never thought at this point of the season be 4 points out of a playoff.
No, me neither. Avery says hi, everybody.
Hello, Avery.
She'll see you guys at the viewing party. March 28th, baby. Slattery's.
New York City. Not like in rinky-dinky Hempstead or rinky-dinky Hoboken.
Right.
This is New York City, baby. This is where we do it. The underground. So, the Rangers, listen, they got to regroup. Still like them as a team. We I can't change from last week and a half ago when I'm saying, boy, these guys are close, and all of a sudden they're a mess. I got to be either one side of the fence. I think they're a close-knit group that's a little bit exhausted. They've got a lot of players who really, they play young players. I think that Fox and Lindgren have hit a bit of a little wall. These guys are not used to playing this, and the minutes they've gotten a lion's share of the minutes against some top lines. I think they were a little tired.
What are they playing? What are they playing college hockey? 30 games, 40 game season?
Yeah,
can't be much more than that, right?
Yeah. So
it's an adjustment.
Yeah.
Adam, I will not disagree with you. The schedule's tough, but
got to find a way.
I'd rather play tough teams. I think they're better against tough teams. Not Philly, not this weekend, but I mean, some of the best games they've played this year have been against the better teams.
And I know that just looping back to the Brendan Lemieux thing. Is it Brandon or Brendan? There's too many Brandons on this team.
Brendan Lemieux, Brendan Smith.
All right. Brendan Lemieux, see, his problem is, and he brings it on himself. I don't want to hear he's targeted by the refs. He is targeted by the refs. But if you notice, after every play, he's got to say something to the referee. How come you didn't make that call on me? How come you didn't do this? This guy was interfering with me. How come? And that gets annoying to a referee.
Well, yeah, and the constant yapping. It draws attention. It's constant yapping. Attention. When you're over at the bench and you're yelling at three flyers and they're all just standing there kind of laughing at you and not laughing with you, they're laughing at you. It just looks bad. It just makes you look bad. So
I'm not piling on a guy because I really like that aspect of the game, but don't antagonize the refs. And I agree. The young guys are good, and they're getting their first taste of a lot of hockey. Some of these guys. I mean, according to some of these message boards, Capo Caco hasn't rested since he was 13. He's played 400 games consecutive. He's tired. He needs a full year off. He needs to work on his skating. And Meanwhile, everybody's got an answer.
Costa, nobody said when Crosby does it, it's okay. But tell me what the difference is between Sidney Crosby and Brendan Lemieux. I'll give you a hint. About 800 points.
Yes. And he's good for the league. He's good for business.
Right.
That's
good for business.
That's one of your mantras. Cosby's good for business. Business. You know what I mean? So that's what the difference is. Yeah, there were some bad calls last night, Steve. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not panicking yet. I mean, I'm not really panicking because of my expectations. My expectations are not like really high.
Right.
I mean,
I wasn't expecting them to make the playoffs this year. I mean, now that they're close, now that they can sniff it, yeah, I want them in. I want them to get the experience. I want them to understand what it takes. That's how you learn. missing the playoffs for a couple of seasons, that's not going to help them grow. Yeah, it helps you with your draft pick, but is it really that big of a difference between picking 15th and picking 12th if they make the playoffs or don't?
Yes.
They picked second and they still didn't get a guy who came in and made an immediate impact. So
according to John Elliott, it was a bust.
Right, he's a bust. According to John Elliott,
He's Elias Anderson.
Right, he's Peter Anderson.
They never should have. They went off the board and took him number 2.
Right, yeah.
I mean, ridiculous comment.
Total reach pick.
It's just a stupid comment. That man should be thrown out of a group.
Here's another good comment I saw on that Facebook group. I think this was last night. Heedle is so overrated. This guy posted.
Who's overrating Heedle?
That was my exact answer. I said that was exactly what I said. Who's overrating Philip Heedle?
I think he's the next Mario Lemieux.
Right. Or Mario Marawa.
Yeah. Who's overrating Philip Heedle?
Right.
How many times have we mentioned Philip Heedle this year? 8. I mean, he's progressing, fairly nicely, but I don't hate him. I mean, I think he's doing decent, but who overrates him? Who thinks he's like poised to be a 30-goal scorer next year? I don't think so. Yeah. I think John Elliott's just a crack. He's on crack, not an NHL scout.
He's a whack NHL scout.
Oh, it's ridiculous. These people, I don't know where they come from. I don't know where they get these stupid
shut-ins
and miscreants and the infirm, just like the Islander fans.
The infirmed. That's funny.
But we got some good news. A lot of bad news with now we find out Kreider is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. We got some good news. The salary cap, baby.
Going up.
We're moving on up.
Moving on up.
To the east side.
Moving on up.
To a deluxe apartment where we could buy out Hank Lundqvist next year.
There must have been Costa must have been going crazy all afternoon once he heard that, trying to figure out what to do with the extra $4 million. $4 million.
$4 million makes a lot in the New York Rangers world. I'll tell you that much. We're still paying. I'm trying to think of Jan Harivik.
Marek Harivik?
No, that was Marek Malik.
Are you thinking of? No, it was Marek Harivik. You don't remember him? There was a Marek Harivik, wasn't it? And then a Jan Hlavik. Right?
Was it Malik Harivik?
There was a Marek Harivik a couple of years ago, yeah. Because that was the one the Flyers guy called him Marek Horrific. Remember, or Marek Horrific?
Let me see. Let's check this. Yeah, maybe I'm getting the Jan Hlavik.
Looking it up.
Somebody look it up.
Marek Horrific.
Oh, you're right. You're right, baby. You're right on top of it.
Slovak professional hockey forward, currently playing in the Swedish Elite League.
Hey, maybe he can see what's his face over there.
He could play with Elias.
All right, Marek Horrific, Jan Hlavik. They're still paying those guys.
Right.
All right, so the cap's up, baby. So what does this mean? Tell me what this means. That $4 million, well, we could put it towards this $6 million we're going to pay Shattenkirk on that buyout.
It means we can pay Tony D.
Right, good news.
We can pay Ryan Strome. Not overpay, but pay. And we pay Brendan Lemieux. And then maybe go out and sign a guy or two. Maybe. And then who knows what they do with Hank? Who knows what Hank does?
It's gotta be painful. They throw him in there. He's rusty. Even when he's sharp, he's rusty. Throw him in there. A minute. What do you say? 52. They got a puck in the net behind them, and he's flailing around. You're like, oh God.
Yeah. The excuse wheel was spinning off its axis on Sunday.
I saw fan
base. You really think any of these goals are his problem? Oh, Georgiev gave up 5 goals to the same team. Why? How come nobody's on his case?
Because I seen Georgiev win a game in the last 4 months.
Right.
It's just not happening.
And Georgiev's making 1/10 of what Hank is making. And nobody makes excuses for Georgiev. Georgiev gives up 5 goals. Everybody just says Georgiev had a bad game. He was terrible in this game. And nobody's spinning the excuses. Nobody's finding every defenseman going back to Alfie Pike to blame for Georgiev. But Hank, oh my God, the spin zone. As soon as he's giving up goals in that game on Sunday, everybody, oh, if you think this is Hank's fault, you don't know anything about hockey. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they lost 5-2. He wasn't good. Nobody was good. The whole team stunk in that game. 5-3, I guess, was the final score, right? They rallied late, 2 goals.
Yes. They always rally.
They always
Most
rally.
of the time. They always rally.
Never say die.
But here, I mean, don't they understand the basis of the premise, of the whole opinion is, I don't give a shit what Hank has done in the past. I'm here in the future now.
Right.
I'm only analyzing what he is now. I'm not saying he stunk all his career. He's been overrated. It's been over for 3 years now. He's declined. His player's been declining. Why can't we just say it out loud? These people can't say it out loud. I mean, are they like in masturbatory love with this guy that they have to continue to stroke themselves and then defend what these hidden pleasures by just not reconciling the fact the guy has lost it. He can't carry the team on his shoulders anymore. He can't get a fucking win. He's got to step up. I know he was rusty. He should never freaking play again. Georgiev till Shesterkin, I said it even before the start. Never again. Hashtag never again.
Hashtag never again.
It's over, Joe. It's over, Johnny.
Hashtag Hanks for the memories.
That's it. Hanks for the memories. Very good, Jim.
Thank you. What didn't I'd have to ask the girl. I think what the hell's her name? Ariana Grande had a hit song called Thank You Next. That's it. Hashtag Hank You Next.
Hank You Next.
Hank You Next.
Man,
thanks for the memory.
I don't understand why it's such a blaspheme. I know that not many great Rangers have come down the pike. Not many Hall of Famers have come down the pike. But you got to be brutally honest. You can't be living in some fantasy land where Hank is he can do no wrong. Even after 4 or past, he comes out, the game's over. I said, damn. I knew you were right. You were like, they got to give Georgiev a rest. I was like, play this Georgiev till he's dead. It's just burn everything because this other guy gives us no chance to win.
And then people were pissed. People were pissed because Hank got thrown to the Wolves on Sunday. He hasn't played. How can you throw him into this game? Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't complain because he's not playing and then complain when he is. I'm sorry. I know I've said
can't
this
have
before.
It both ways.
I know I've said this, but Alfie came down the pike. I can't wait until it's over so we could just move on. So these arguments.
I hate this discussion.
So I do. I'm tired of it. It's worse than it's not worse than it's as bad as politics. It's as bad as politics. Because there are just too many people in this fan base that cannot look at this objectively. And you're not looking at it. It happens to every great athlete we've ever seen. It happens to all of them. How many get to go out on top of their game? Not many. Not many in any sport go out on the very top.
Jim Brown, Barry Sanders. I'm trying to think baseball. Anybody in baseball?
No. None that I can think of.
I mean, it's very rare that the guys go out on top. And listen, Hank could have spared. I'm not going to talk about the topic anymore, but Hank could have spared a lot of this garbage if he would have been more realistic.
Absolutely.
So,
and the people on these nut jobs on Twitter with this Hank doesn't deserve this. Oh, that drives me up a fucking wall. Drives me up a wall. Hank doesn't deserve this. Hank is getting exactly what he deserves because this is what he wanted. This is what he chose. He made this choice. If you choose to walk through a bad neighborhood with $100 bills sticking out of your pockets and you get mugged, then you got exactly what you deserved because you made a choice to walk down a dangerous alley with $100 bills coming out of your pockets. He made the choice to stay. He's getting what he deserved. If he all I hear is how bad this guy wants to win a cup. Well, then he's just stupid if he thought it was going to happen here in a rebuild. He's either naive or stupid. Maybe both. I don't know.
I think it's
Mariano
hard.
Rivera. There's a guy that went.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. There's a guy that went out on top. Strahan, yeah, there's another good one.
Michael Strahan's not a friend of this show.
No. So
someday we'll delve into that.
It's always a fun story.
I still have venom for him. I see him on TV with that gap tooth. Fucking, why is this guy doing $20,000 pyramid or whatever it is, $100,000 pyramid?
Yeah, he's quite the star.
Yeah. Anywho, so you had that. So the salary cap's bumped up. So
Yes.
everybody's rushing to get Jesper Fast now.
Get him locked up. Yeah,
gotta get him locked up. The guarantee spot on the roster every year. You gotta have him. How old is he? Was he 41 now? This guy? He's not that old.
Salary cap this year, I believe, is $81.5 million. And it looks like next season it's projected to be 84 to 88 million. So even if it's 84, that's a pretty good bump. I mean, that's a $2.5 million. That's a player or two. You can use it on Sam and Joe.
Jeez.
Oh, another blown goal call last night.
Yeah.
Save. No, it's in. It's in.
Guy's blind, deaf, ugly. I don't know what he brings to the broadcast.
Comedy.
Comedy. Still, Foss is still pretty young. Whatever. I'm stuck with Foss. The coaches love him. He's out there every shift, working his ass off. So, I don't.
Teammates love him.
What do you think about this Brett Howden guy? Sorry, my mind was floating somewhere.
I said this last night in our game thread. You know, I know Brett Howden isn't. He's not well liked by a lot of Ranger fans, but
yeah,
if he can, I think this is my opinion. I think if Brett Howden can improve on faceoffs, and if I'm the Rangers, I'm bringing in whoever the best faceoff guy available is as a scout into training camp, and I'm sending these guys to faceoff boot camp. If Brett Howden can improve on faceoffs, he can make a career as a third or fourth line guy that kills penalties, as a fourth line center. You know, the world needs fourth line centers too. Dom Moore made a career out of being one. So did Manny Malhotra. You know, not every center is going to be Mika Zibanejad. That's okay. We've already got a Mika Zibanejad, but you need a guy on the fourth line that can take faceoffs and kill penalties. Brian Boyle's made a career out of it.
Bring him back.
And he's God. That'd be it.
You might have
That would be it. I'd be out. I'd quit on the air.
Well, I'm hearing a lot of I'm actually not hearing it. Oh, wait, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing a lot about next year already. I guess with the salary cap, everybody's looking what's in, they want to take out the Ranger gift cards and cash them in at the and get some new players. What about I'm hearing like
Ranger gift cards.
well, they ever want to shop? They got some extra money now or whatever.
The Ranger Bitcoin.
Yeah, they got Ranger Bitcoin. And a lot of people, and I might as well start the rumors now, are talking about bringing this veteran guy in, Brad Richardson, who's good on faceoffs, an older guy. I'm throwing it out there. What do you guys think? He's not much of a goal scorer.
No.
But his faceoffs right now, he's around 54%. Do you think the Rangers may try to go to that direction?
No.
No. You think it's why do you think no?
Too old.
Like, I really think they got to have some veterans in there.
Isn't Brad Richardson like 38?
He's like 35, I think.
That's too old. It's too old.
Too old?
It's too old. How's he gonna bond with this young team? Yeah, but veteran leadership on this team, John, is like 28.
Yeah, they need somebody who can win freaking faceoffs. Let's face it. Maybe not.
Well, like I said, I would bring in Craig McTavish as a training camp consultant. You know, like Phil Rizzuto. Phil Rizzuto used to go to Yankee spring training every year and teach bunting. Why don't we have a guy that could just come in and send these guys to face-off boot camp?
All right. Face-off boot camp. I like that idea.
Make it so. Craig McTavish. Just don't let him drive. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's terrible. Brad Richardson. Not Brad Richards.
Not Brad Richards.
I think Brad Richards is younger. But I don't know. I just people are shopping already for. I think Torrey Krug is another. Why would we get another defenseman? Is a free agent next year.
How about the assistant GM, who everybody just loves now? He was pretty good on faceoffs. Why can't he teach this team how to do faceoffs? Earn his money.
Yeah, they keep throwing Chris Drury's name around at every press conference. Is he really doing something?
Oh, that's what everybody says.
Hello, Andre K. How are you?
I posted his picture last week, or I posted a picture of him from casino night, and he still had that dumb look on his head. And I said he's my least favorite Ranger of all time, and people got on my case. Oh, but he's done such a great job with Hartford.
Yeah, I will give him that, but you don't have to like him.
He's not the coach. He's not the coach in Hartford. He's not picking the players. He's making pizzas. That's all he does.
I don't know. It's I guess you can't have everything, but I'm not looking really for anything. I'm just still worried about this year. But sometimes I see these things bantered about, and it gets in my head, and I just got to release it to my Blueshirt Underground faithful and you. Not the Garden faithful with John Elliott.
What do you
think that Kako was a bust or is a bust and should have never been picked? Like to see his draft board.
Lean in.
So
just lean in and wave. Go ahead.
Lean in.
Keep going. Keep going. Now look up at the camera and wave. Tanner's trying to say hi. Well, you're not all the way on screen. You got to be up here because I'm cut off because there's two of us. There you go. John Riggs says hi. He knows you from the recaps. All right.
Okay. It's funny how kids are shy, but they're not shy.
Tanner's pretty shy.
Yeah? I was
Tanner's
never shy.
Most of the time. No, I wasn't either. No.
I was a ham from day one.
Yeah.
Do we have that clip where I say my name and I have the stomach virus?
I don't
have my...
Let me see. Yeah, everybody say hello to you in the chat. See? Everybody
I still haven't figured out. Can I hear your? Let's see if we can hear a clip.
I don't think you can hear the clips because I played a sound clip while you were talking before, and you didn't hear it. I'm pretty
Did you
sure
guys hear it at home in your behind your computers, on your tablets, on your iPhones, on your flip phones? Did you hear?
Where's the? I got.
Well, just to say, like, they put a tape recorder and I was 4 years old, 5 years old.
Right.
And I just started speaking, I always wanted to do that.
Here's a sound effect.
See, I can hear it way in the background.
Really? You could hear it a little bit?
Yeah, I think through your headphones I heard, excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh. Yeah, it could have been through my headphones. Let me know if you heard that out there in YouTube land. I don't know why you wouldn't have been able to, but on my Patty Duke.
She's on the Victrola.
Victrola. So anyway,
Yeah,
I think that's what that. But that's my John Riggs says did not hear anything. All right, I got to figure out why. Hold on, let me try the most simplest of things, and that is just to close out my soundboard and then reopen it. We'll try that. That doesn't work. Then for some reason we don't have sound effects tonight. Patty Duke heard it in the background too. Yeah, it's probably you're hearing it through my headphones.
Blog Talk Radio must be investing in be live as we speak.
Hold on, let me see. All right.
Yes. Dano Wasawa.
That's
I
Colin.
got the virus.
Colin Cook.
Colin Cook. Yes, that was me. I got the virus. I got the stomach virus. I go to the bathroom a lot.
I go to the bathroom a lot. Here's a sound effect. Could you hear that? Nothing?
Nothing. We'll figure it out. We don't need those drops like some of these other broadcasts that do a drop every 30 seconds. That's the new
bugs
thing
me.
in
It
radio.
just bugs me when things don't work because when things don't work and I don't know how to correct them. It's disappointing. Anyway, anywho,
Gus wants Sam Gagne. How much younger is he than Brad Richardson?
You can't be much younger.
Was
he just traded for like the 47th time?
Yes, Sam Gagne. Now, I want to take this in a different direction for a second because I think it is relative to, in some way, to the Ranger fan. I want to see. I'm very interested in your opinion on this, as well as everybody watching on YouTube right now. I want your opinion. Is everybody up to speed on what happened to Spike Lee?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. Jim, what's your opinion of this?
Well, let me just say that, as everybody knows, I'm no basketball fan. And and if I was a basketball fan, I'm not a Knicks fan, and I'm not a Spike Lee fan. But the man has spent $10 million on Knicks season tickets in his lifetime. He has been a fan since 1968 or something like that. And you know what? He's still showing up to watch, from everything I've heard, is a pretty bad basketball team. I would let that man parachute in through a hole in the MSG roof if he wanted to, if he's spending $10 million on my basketball team.
I totally agree with you. You don't have to like Spike Lee, all right? You don't have to like him. He's a paid customer.
Right.
This guy has spent over $11 million in 28 years watching the Knicks. And he even said it. He goes, they got two banners up there. Was the last one 72, 73? He pays his money. And he says if his check isn't in the mail for season tickets, the next day they're calling him. Okay? They couldn't write him an email and say, listen, your entrance has changed. He doesn't know what. And then Dolan confronts him at mid-court. And, of course, MSG spinned and said they were laughing about it. And he said it was totally untrue.
Right.
And he was like, Mr. Dolan, I just, if you would have notified me, I would have no problem with it. But I was afraid. He said he was afraid that if they took him outside the garden and his ticket had already been scanned, okay, that he wouldn't be allowed back in. You can't rescan a ticket. He doesn't know what this guy with Dolan does, what Dolan's up to. And he said to everybody, all the security there, Doesn't talk to him because they're afraid they're going to get fired. Everybody's walking on eggshells with Dolan there. And listen, Spike Lee's, he's done a lot of stupid things, said a lot of stupid things, but he's everybody says stupid things. But I'm sorry, James Dolan is a villain. He is a villain. I don't think I could take his side on anything. Thank God he doesn't touch the Rangers one bit.
Right.
It's
just really bad when if he's loyal to the Knicks, if nothing else. He's certainly loyal. He's still paying his season tickets. He's still going to watch bad basketball. I don't know. I just don't think you treat a loyal fan like that. It's got nothing. Somebody that's pumping a lot of money into your franchise.
28 years. He got season tickets, I think, when Ewing came to the Knicks. And, he said, you take his word for I take his word over Dolan because he doesn't ask for any extra amenities or whatever. He said he's not going the rest of the games this year and he'll go back next year. So I just think, yes, and I think a lot of people, Sean, because they came out and they spun it Madison Square Garden. They came out like everything was hunky-dory between them when it wasn't. And that upset Spike. He said, well, you know what? I'm coming out, I want to tell my version. Me and James Dolan weren't laughing. And Dolan basically said, well, now you know. Now you know the policy.
Right.
So that's what he said triggered him to go on the shows. Well, he went on an ESPN First Take. I don't think he's been on like 1,000 shows. The culture at the Garden is really bad. Yeah, we see it just as Ranger fans. You see, you can't do anything over there anymore. And thank God he's not at the games, the Ranger games. And thank God he's not fighting with the fans. I know this is basketball and we don't talk about it, but really, I'm ashamed to have this owner. He's the worst owner in sports. It really is. People live in fear of this guy. Thank God we have this show. He would anything within his grasp, he'll shut down. I know he's got the money, he's got the right, he's the owner and everything, but treats fans like shit. How about the prices and all that shit? He's terrible. Anyway, I was in Spike Lee's corner when I heard the whole story. Spike Lee's not like a guy I rush to defend, but in this case, he's paying the money. You tell him next game, what's the big deal? They wanted to take him out of the elevator as he was going up.
Right.
The Wilpons, they're not yelling at fans. They're just stiffing the fans. So I just want to talk about that.
They avoid the fans at every possible opportunity.
Yeah. I think M. Beggins has it correct. I think it's devoid of soul. I think because, and me and Jim talked about this, the Garden. It's so spread out now. It's far from the ice. Like, right? I feel like we're not on top of them. And even JD has alluded to this, that in the old days, we were on top of the players. Everybody remembers when the Bruins went in the crowd and all you had to do was climb the glass and you could fight the fans. So that's a problem, as well as the post 9/11 era really got this city very frightened of any kind of out of the ordinary behavior. I really believe that, especially early on. I'm talking 19 years ago, but I remember being where I could shout and scream anything I wanted, and then all of a sudden I was getting warned.
Right.
Be quiet. I wasn't even cursing. I was warned to be quiet. I remember in a Met game, I was warned.
How dare they?
How dare they? So, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to try this one more time. Tell me if you can hear this. Just give me something quick here. Can you hear this?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to play around with my settings here. I have to do this thing all over again and try and figure out where I got.
Oh, Spano.
Yes.
George Spano.
John Spano. I was going
John
to talk about
Spano.
I was going to talk about this the other day, or maybe I did. I
You
just
did. You
watched
were
the 30 for
30 for 30,
yeah. Yeah, John Spano. It's fantastic. I laughed through the whole thing. It's good comedy. I wish he still owned the Islanders with no money.
Somebody wants Margaret Hurley.
M. Beggins is Margaret Hurley.
Wow. Margaret Hurley, holy Manoli, Chris Campoli, Tyler Toffoli. Long time. It's one of the originals.
Yep.
You still married to Brian Burke? Husband, look. Why don't you come down to this viewing party, Margaret? I haven't seen you in many a moon.
Yeah, we haven't seen Margaret at a viewing. I think the last time she was at a viewing party was at Percy's.
Right. She was also known as Tanya from the underground when we went really underground.
Yes.
So, anywho, I think that's to say the Rangers. The Rangers need to come up with some big wins. They got a surprise, beat the Capitals. According to Sean McCaff, they're throwing a rookie goalie in there. Pounce.
The Caps are?
That's what Sean reported earlier.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it's true.
He wouldn't report it if it wasn't true.
That's true.
I believe it.
So, Jim, just between me and you, I've been surfing the YouTubes.
Yes.
And the Devils have one of these things.
Do they?
There's 3 Devil fans have a show. It's called Shitstorm and a Fire or something. I don't know what it's called. And I didn't listen to it because I'll listen to it. I'll go crazy. Like, I'll just be like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Because I have a couple problems with the show, and I don't want to start a war, guys. You know, if you watch the show, you probably don't watch the show. But, like, I don't like guys who dress up in all their team swag. This annoys me about everything on YouTube about the team. They got to wear the uniform, the hat. It's a whole thing. We can't have a discussion like you're what? But no, you just wait a minute. I didn't really see the shirt on the camera. All right, but see, you know, I don't know, for some reason, maybe because it's Rangers stuff, it just all right, maybe I made a faux pas there. No, but you don't look as ridiculous as these people. Maybe because it's devil stuff. I guess when it's Ranger stuff, I don't even really realize it. I think that it's just. I'm
trying to find this show that you're talking about. But
let me see if I can find it here. But the guy, the host is like trying to be too professional. We always have a problem with every host of the show. Well, at least I do. It's just they're trying to be too professional and.
Put my hat back on. I don't care.
No, I'm sorry. Maybe I could clarify this by showing you this. Let's see. What do we got here? Journey Neil Sean fired everybody in the band. Did you see that? Now it's just him.
I heard some about it. Yeah. Did they fire the Filipino head lead singer too?
No, just all the original members that were left.
Oh.
So it's just all newcomers. You get all kinds of information on this stupid show. Let's see.
Is it the Let's Go Devils podcast?
I think so. I think that's it. No.
Oh, yeah. This has got to be it. Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute.
I didn't want this to turn into a bash the other podcast show because I didn't really have Okay. Can you put it up? Like, I know we don't know if it's going to work, but
let's see.
Maybe you guys will understand
put it up here for a minute.
All right. First of all, there are any Devil fans out there that really, why would you tune into a Devils podcast? And they've had some heavy hitters on this show already. They've had Matt Laughlin. They've had Chico's been on the show. But they have fans as guests. I guess we kind of do that too. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
here we go.
please rise. And now to honor America, please join in the singing of our national anthem. Representing the 3-time Stanley Cup champion New Jersey Devils, Arlette.
Okay.
I feel like I'm at a game. Dreaming.
Happy Devils Sunday. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast, season 3, episode 32, titled Tale of Two Rookies, Blackwood and Hughes. I am your host, Sam Wu, here with Short Sky, Beer Baron, in their home studios. Later tonight, Scotty will give us the second intermission report live from Honda Center. And also we have a special guest.
So there's a guy narrating over these two, because somebody's talking, but it's not one of either one of these guys that's on screen, right?
Yeah, I've seen other ones where he's on.
Hold on.
You see how like
A Devils fan, a huge Devils fan that fills in for Arlette every once in a while. His name is Steven Saharik. Hopefully I didn't mutilate that. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast, all powered by Nova Product Design from Primetime Radio.
Why does the guy on the left look like Henrik
Going to the
Lundqvist?
guys in their studios. Take it
I
away,
wish Henrik
boys.
was on the Devils.
First of all, that is one nice hat, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
I think I've seen it before, but I truly enjoy that hat.
I made sure the night of his retirement to get it, and I pretty much searched the arena and made sure I had it.
Great. Good
I
for
wiped
you
my
and your-
ass with it.
Good for you
Take
and
a
your
shit
fucking
in it.
hat. That's
For you
enough.
and your fucking hack. I take a shit in it. And say that guy.
I'm wearing my jersey anyway.
But I'm saying, do you see how that guy's kind of tricked out a little bit more than you? I mean, you don't wear the jersey every show.
No, I wore it tonight because I felt like it needed to show that, you know, I still here. I'm still with this team. I'm still riding. I'm still on the playoff train. I'm not jumping ship. I'm not punching out Maverick. I'm still here.
Chris John, nice speech impediment.
All 5 Devil fans report to the critical crack rock corner. All 5 Devil fans. This is an unlawful gathering in a phone booth. This is an unlawful gathering in a phone booth.
God, imagine that topic. They got
You can BS a Devils fan. You can BS a Devils fan.
Imagine that topic. You want to talk about, what was it, Miles Blackwood and fucking and Jack Hughes, the tale of two fucking rookies that doing nothing? I don't know. I'm always surfing and trying to find out what's going on. Because now it's become I mean, it's fun to see, but there's way too much fucking content out there with these guys that are talking 100 miles an hour with fast edits. And the New York Rangers they're really on the cusp of making the playoffs. Well, I wonder what's going to happen next. Cut. Well, they hit a little stumbling block, but you know what they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Quick edit. It's like this hyper fucking thing that I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Not saying that show, but there's a lot of that. Now, I'm sorry about the faux pas about the jersey and the hat. I really feel bad about that now.
Right. Next week's show, I'm not wearing any shirt. I'm just sitting here topless.
Sherman Camp's cracking me up. Johnny Elliott isn't a fan of Jack Hughes either. Oh, God. Who cares? How many years Here's another thing.
By the way, that Devils podcast that we just played had 68 views.
We were the 68th.
And it's been up there for like 3 days. We'll get 68 views at least before the end of this show.
Well, to be fair, they have a great intro.
Right. They have a great intro. All right. They have Leslie Uggam singing the national anthem.
All right. What do we got to cover Ranger wise? I've been all over.
We've covered it all. Let's talk to Costa real quick and we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
Here he comes.
There he is.
Screen. Look, there he is. What's up, Costa?
I can't hear him.
They want in. Just like Unfortunato wanted in. They want in. Okay?
They can't get in.
You think we want in? Nah, they wouldn't take us anyways.
Your comments concerning the cap going up.
I got no opinion one way or the other, honestly.
Can you, either one of you, I like how I'm approaching the mic. Can either one of you tell me why the cap is going up?
TV money, probably. They're getting ready. I think they're getting ready to do a new TV deal.
Yeah, I would agree.
And they want
expansion money.
Well, and there's expansion money, and they're getting ready to do a new TV deal. And from what I understand, they want a multi-network TV deal, like Real Sports have. Well, they don't want to just be locked into NBC Sportsnet. I think they want ESPN involved, or another. They want more than one sports network showing hockey games,
like
in the United States.
Like basketball has TNN and friggin' ABC, I think, right?
Basketball's on TNT and
ABC.
ABC.
And I think ESPN too.
And PAX.
Yeah, I think so.
Are they on PAX?
And I think baseball's on TBS, Fox, I think.
TBS, Fox, FS1.
Which is Fox.
Right, but it's still a separate channel showing baseball.
And ESPN.
Right.
And football's on CBS, Fox, ABC.
Explain to me.
Yeah, they're on everywhere.
Explain to me, because most of my expertise is in player evaluation, team evaluation. I don't have much expertise in the finances of this whole thing. Why is the salary cap going up so much? Because the owners will be making more money. So I don't know how that works. How
revenues are going up?
Right. Everybody.
Well, why not just keep it the same?
Well, because there'll be more money. There's going to be more money coming in. What the expansion fee is, $500 million, isn't it? Everybody gets a piece of that, and everybody gets a piece of the TV deal.
Wow.
So and they've got to share that money. So
with the players, is that what
more players to work?
The Players
Yeah.
Association,
right?
All right. Well,
that's why Gary Bettman's not going anywhere until he dies or until he retires, because he's
all
making
about
everybody money. He's
makes
making everybody money.
Another Schmendrick. It's all about the money, right, Costa?
The money.
They count the money. So, hey, listen. I think it's going to help the Rangers tremendously. It's very timely, very timely.
So when should we sound the alarm?
What alarm?
As far as the Rangers
3 in a row. How bad does it have to be until we break the tank out of mothballs?
It's almost too late.
Really?
It's March. I mean,
Yeah.
we're into March.
What happened if 3 games in a row becomes 6 games in a row? Then what?
Depends what the other teams do.
Then they'll fall further.
I mean, the other teams are sucking it up too.
Yeah.
I mean, if they lose 6 in a row, I don't think it looks good. If
like I said before, they have tough schedules too. It's not like we're the only one. That's the good news.
Okay, what do you guys think the timeline is in Shesterkin coming back? 2 weeks? A week?
I'm going to say another 2 weeks.
This month. I was thinking he's going to play again this month.
All right. So, with that said, how many games would they have left?
Maybe 10.
Yeah, if they're lucky, maybe 10.
I think if they start losing with Shesterkin, then it's over. Once he comes back, I think if he loses, because he's been magic. He's been really been.
Yeah,
not
but
just
you
in his
don't
play,
know,
but he's.
You don't know if he's still banged up. They could bring him in.
I can tell you what.
As almost like we got to bring him in now, because if we don't, then we're going to lose it.
I know one fact that if Henrik Lundqvist ever steps between the goalposts again in that crease, they're going to lose. I take a hurt Shesterkin. Now, a lot of people they don't want to rush him back because they don't want to, I don't think they rush guys back too early. I can't really remember too many guys now. I'm sure I'll be corrected. But that they rush back too early, I think they'll wait for the right time. And I think if Shesterkin could carry them, they're going to be in this. But if Shesterkin starts to lose some of his shine, I think it's about time to pack it in. I'll say it's over. And it also depends on Georgiev. I mean, he's got he's played well. And he is, but if you put Henrik Lundqvist in these games, it's all over.
And I have the solution for that problem.
Oh, okay. I want to hear this.
Solution number one. Isn't Elias Anderson on loan to a team in the Swedish league?
I cannot, in
See
good faith, listen.
Yes.
I could not listen in any good faith listen to any idea, including Elias Anderson.
Well, you see where I'm going with this.
Be better off. You'd be better off with a plan that included Liam Neeson.
Yes.
I'm telling you. Do you see where I'm going with this?
No, I have no idea.
We can loan him to a team in Europe. We could do that if we wanted to. We just have to negotiate a deal with said team. It's within the rules. I read the rules.
Oh, okay.
So let's say if
Costa running a
game
of headache, and he's read the rules. He's ready to play. He's the one's going to lead us in a game of headache.
It's more like Boggle.
Pop-o-matic. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Costa?
What's that team in fucking Sweden? Fro whatever the fuck's called.
Frölunda?
Frölunda.
Yeah. Guess who else plays for Frölunda?
Joel Lundqvist.
But why does it have to get back?
That's why. That's why you. That's gonna you put them both in the same team. That's gonna draw some money. Understand?
He's cracking himself up over there. I think that's highly unlikely. I like the scenario.
You never know.
I mean, no.
There.
But what does that have to do with Elias Anderson?
But anyways, solution number 2.
Uh-oh.
You could say, hey, Hank, you gotta retire. It's over. If you want, no.
Jim will tell him right now. Get Jim over there.
Let me finish.
Okay, sir.
If you want, we could throw you the $8.5 million, and you could be a gopher or something like that for the team.
Shampoo consultant, hair consultant,
whatever.
Right?
No, there's no reason why they can't. He retires, and they give him a nice little severance package, if you know what I'm talking about. Give him a fucking job in the office or whatever the fuck. Right?
What are you talking about? Like they could buy him out and they just
circumvention.
No. If he retires.
But didn't they make a rule about that? It doesn't come off the cap or something. It's not like it used to be. You retire and then
circumventing.
That's right. That's right, baby. We circumvent the shit.
Andre K saying the Rangers might win 5 out of the next 15. Ye of little faith. Wow. Andre.
I think they have to. I think for one season they got to retain some money. I think.
More importantly, what's going on with Operation Belmont?
Oh,
are the plans in place? When's the reconnaissance taking place?
I don't know. We got to find a leader first.
I thought this is a joint venture here.
I think maybe.
All right, I'll come up with something. I'll come up with something by the next show. I'll come up with something.
Well, I thought Matt Morello and Costa were working this out.
Well, I mean, guys, you want to do this on a weekend?
Yeah, that's probably our best bet. Maybe in the dead of night.
Just the
in the dead of night.
Matt Morello's saying they're going to rent a car, and then they're going to switch cars at the airport. Then they're going to get on a bus. Then they're going to rent another car. Then they're going to Uber.
I really don't have to. I don't want to put a Brian Leach jersey there. It's that because I don't want to waste a Brian Leach jersey. Unless we throw one of those Chinese knockoffs, with the coronavirus on them. We get maybe that we could spread the corona at the new arena. Operation Belmont. I'm bad. I don't know. Yeah.
Or put a jersey that says Potvin sucks, or anything the last cup you'll ever see, or some bullshit like that.
Right. Exactly. We'll find something. I'll get something. But don't tell anybody, YouTube. Don't tip the cops off.
Don't shit.
Don't worry. I'll call them on the landline. We'll make sure this is all under the thing.
We'll use Morse code or something like shit.
Yeah. And,
with a hanky over the mouthpiece.
And then we all got to come with code names.
Gus, Buddy from Holbrook.
Yeah, Buddy from Holbrook, Gus. I wish I had those clips. I probably could find them, but I think we would look. You want to talk about not politically correct? We would be probably tossed off YouTube if I found those clips.
Which clips?
When Bill Chadwick had his show out here, we used to prank the guests, and we pranked Gilles Villemure. We pranked Phil Pepe, he used to write for the Daily News, Ron Duguay, and it was like totally. I can't even tell you. I'll tell you when I see you.
Serious questions only.
Costa, when I tell you the things we said on live, we'd be put in jail right now.
Notice that two of the people that he talked about how they used to prank, two of them went on to be guests of this broadcast.
Yes. And Willie Huber, one time we got. Hey, Willie.
Are we talking like FCC type violation type things?
I think right now it would be hate crimes. All kinds of stuff. The stuff we used to say. It was ridiculous.
And how long ago was this? Like 20 years ago?
This is like 86, 87, around that era, maybe before.
What radio station?
It was on TV. It was on Channel 6, Cablevision. Cablevision. Yeah, they were. That's what they used to carry the Ranger games. And Bill Chadwick had a local show at a Hot Pog. If you ever been to Hot Pog, Cablevision, where you turn in your stuff, they used to have a studio there, and they used to have a live show. And we would
call in and just say just the craziest things, right?
Like we would say, like, here's one of the tamer ones. Phil Pepe. I always wanted to ask you this question. You wrote some really great stories. How about that one about Willie Huber banging Ron Duguay up the ass? Right? And
Are you serious?
I swear. And Chadwick would be like, that's funny. And he tried to get to the thing to cut us off, but he was like too crazy.
Jeb,
real funny.
Not one of your better phone calls.
Not one of your better. It was hysterical because every week we would do it, and every week they would let us on. We would just change our names.
Joe Catroni has a copy of the Bill Chadwick book. So
really? So
him and I have been trading politically incorrect messages about what the book is about.
Oh my God!
All I can tell you is poor Millie Chadwick is taking a beating.
Oh yeah.
What,
I
the wife?
that was his wife. I met Bill many a time after the show. He didn't know I was the one who pranked. I used to go as a kid to the Bill Chadwick show, and I met a lot of hockey players. And the biggest dick I ever met was fucking Dave Schultz. He was the biggest asshole. And and people go, "Oh, he's such a."
Which Dave Schultz?
Dave the Hammer Schultz,
the wrestler?
No, Dave the Hammer Schultz was a Philadelphia Flyer.
Oh yeah. The guy who the goon of goons, right?
The goons of goons. And I raised my hand to ask a question in the studio audience. He goes, "Put your hand down. You're a Ranger fan." I don't talk to them. And I was like 17 at the time. I was all like, "Oh boy," I was afraid of him though. He was a schmuck.
All right, Costa. Anything else? We gotta wrap this up.
No, sir.
All right. We'll talk to you next
time. Take care, my
time.
friend. I'll see you at the secret meeting.
All right. Eddie, when do you want to come back?
Well, apparently Costa and Eddie, we got to meet at Costa. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's look at the schedule here. What do we got?
There's a game. They play the Capitals tomorrow, then they're off Friday. They play the Devils Saturday night, and then they're off Sunday and Monday, and they play Tuesday and Wednesday.
How about Monday?
All right. What do you think about Monday and then maybe coming back Thursday next week? Maybe Monday and Thursday next week. How does that sound?
That sounds pretty good.
All right. So there you have it. Monday night, Thursday night. Yes, the Big Whistle autobiography. That's it.
I wonder if the
chapter 3.
Chapter 3. I wonder if
chapter 3.
But I was gonna say we had video. We videoed those. And somebody has the videotapes of those pranks.
If we could get it onto a computer, we could play it right here on the show. Call it number 3. Who's on the line?
Buddy from Holbrook.
It's Buddy from Holbrook, Jim. That's the way they go to hockey games in Los Angeles. Short sleeve shirts.
Willie, yeah, I remember you always butter him up. You're like, Willie, I'm really a big fan of yours, but why you got all those buttons unbuttoned? What do you think? You're tough? Back in the 70s, early 80s, everybody had their shirts unbuttoned.
Right.
What do you got? What do you think? You're fucking tough?
That's great.
All right. I'll let you go, Jim.
Well, we'll see you guys Monday night and then Thursday. Mike, sorry, we'll get to you next time, buddy. I promise. We'll talk to you next time.
Let's go, Rangers, baby. Let's get back in this damn thing.
We'll see you. Viewing party. March 28th at Slattery's. Don't forget, it's going to be great. We're going to have all kinds of stuff to give away, the raffles, the whole bit. We love you.
Like and subscribe. Patreon. It's been rolling all during the show.
Yes.
Keep this show going. We bought
$1 a month. What do you got to lose except $1 a month?
Go to the viewing party and make it right up. We bought all kinds of swag this month.
There you go. All right. We'll see you guys Monday night. We love you. Good night, everybody.
Let's go, Rangers, baby. That's right. We're going up to the motherfucking top. That's right. The top, the mountaintop of the last wild card. All right.
Historic march to the 8th seed. Good night, everybody.